JSF input validation. At end of the session, you will able to understand how to validate the input in JSF project. To validate inputs in Java server pages, there are two methods. One is using a page validation and another one using a bean validation. To understand more about the input validations in JSF, first create a Maven project in Red Hat Code Studio. To create a Maven project in Red Hat Code Studio, open Red Hat Code Studio and go to the File menu and then New, choose Maven project, then click on Next and select the architecture type Quick Start version 1.4. Then apply filter Maven archetype Quick Start Maven hyphen archetype Quick Start. Then choose Maven archetype Quick Start from Apache Maven archetype version 1.4. The next, you should provide the details of group ID, artifact ID and package. Artifact ID is your project name. Just enter the project name as JSF validation. If you want, you can change the package. Then finish. It creates a directory structure based on the architecture type Quick Start version 1.4. Once the build process is completed, we can explore the directory structure in the Project Explorer. So this is the directory structure created based on the architecture type Quick Start version 1.4. By default, it creates a package in the build path src main Java based on the information we provided in the group ID, artifact ID and project name, package name. So just delete the existing package com.klu. So now we need to convert this into a dynamic web application. So choose the project root directory, right click on it, go to the option build path, then configure build path. Here select project paysets and click on convert to paysetted form. Then choose dynamic web module, select version 3.1 and change the version of Java to 1.8 and enable JavaScript and enable Java server pages and select the version 2.2. Then click on further configuration available. Enable the checkbox to generate web.xml file. Next, ensure the JSF implementation library type is disable library configuration. And in URL mapping patterns, by default you have slash spaces slash asterisk. In addition to that, we need to create one more URL mapping pattern star.jsf. If it is not available, then click on add option, just enter star.jsf, that will be added into this list. Then click OK, then click on apply and close. It creates a directory structure for dynamic web application. Now the project is converted into dynamic web application. Then open the file form.xml. Upgrade the Maven compiler source and target from 1.7 to 1.8. Then in the dependencies, we need to add two dependencies in order to demonstrate the input validation in JSF. So open a browser and find out the dependency details for. So visit the link mvnrepository.com. Then search JBoss JSF API. So there you can find the Java Server Pages 2.2 API. So click on Java Server Pages 2.2 API and choose the latest version 2.2.14. Select the dependency details and paste it in your form.xml file in the tag dependencies. Then we need to add one more dependencies for bean validation. So visit the same website, just search bean validation API. So this is the link where we can get the dependency details for bean validation API. So click on the link bean validation API and select the latest version and copy the dependency detail and paste it in your form.xml file. So as of now, I added two dependencies. One is for JSF and another one is for bean validation. So then save the file form.xml, close and update your project by selecting the project root directory. Then go to the option Maven update project. Once the project is updated, we need to sort out the warning errors. So select the tag markers. There we can see the warning error. Just expand the warning error and choose, right click on the warning error, choose the option quick fix, select any one of the option, then finish. So the warning error will be resolved. Then we can start implementing JSF concept. So locate the directory from src main webf and webinf and open the file web.xml and open it in source view. In the welcome file list, change the welcome file index.html into index.jsf and remove the remaining welcome file formats. So then save the file web.xml, close and create a file index.xhtml in the directory webf. So choose the directory webf, right click and go to the option new, then choose xhtml page and name the file as index.xhtml. So in the welcome file list, we set the format as index.jsf. Once we deployed, by default it opens the file index.xhtml. So this is the file we created, index.xhtml. So now I'm going to add two more xhtml file to demonstrate input validation using base validation method and input validation using bean validation method. So create two more xhtml file in the same directory webf, go to option new, choose xhtml and name the file as base validation and create one more file in the same directory webf, right click, go to the option new, choose xhtml and name the file as bean validation. So as of now we created three xhtml file. One is index.xhtml and another one is base validation.xhtml and the third one is bean validation.xhtml. So open the file index.xhtml and start writing HTML tag and create a section and place a title as JSF validation. So create body section and use h3 tag to display the message on the browser. JSF validation. Then create a form tag, just open a tag and start typing h:form, then close. You will get an warning error. Just place the cursor on the warning error. In pop-up you can see the option to add the namespace from http://java.sun.com. So click on the link, it will be added into your HTML tag. Now you can close the form tag. So now the form is created. In between we can add controls to demonstrate input validation. So now I'm going to place a two hyperlink control. One is for base validation and another one is for bean validation. Just open a tag and find out the JSF tag h:command link action equal to select the file base validation and caption on the link as, let's write base validation. Then create BR tag for alignment. Then create one more hyperlink by using h:command link and action attribute equal to bean validation and value equal to bean validation. So in action attribute we set the file name which we should open. So we created already two XHTML file. One is base validation and another one is for bean validation. This is just a caption on the link. save. Then open paste validation.xhtml, create HTML tag and create a head section and place a title as JSF validation and create body section and place h3 tag and display as JSF paste validation. So just copy the code and open the file beanvalidation.xhtml and paste it. Change the h3 tag as JSF bean validation. Okay, then deploy the project and check the hyperlink is open the file paste validation and bean validation. So right click the project root directory and go to the option run as run on server. Finish. Once the project is deployed successfully, it opens by default the index.xhtml. So project is deployed. It opens by default the file index.jsf. There we created two hyperlink. One is for paste validation and another one is for bean validation. If we click on paste validation, it opens the file paste validation.xhtml. There just I display the message by using h3 tag JSF paste validation. Then click on bean validation. It opens the file bean validation.xhtml. There in h3 tag we just display the message as JSF bean validation so that it opens the file and displays the message JSF bean validation. So then I'm going to create a Java bean class in the build path src main Java. So choose the build path src main Java, right click on it, go to the option new, then choose class, enter the package as com.ui and class name as user data. Finish. It creates a Java class in the package com.ui. Next we need to convert this Java class into a Java bean by adding the annotation managed bean and attribute name equal to, you can assign some name. I just assign the name as user, comma, and set the eager value as true. Then in the class just create three instance variable, string, name, int, age, and string, mobile number. So then generate get and set methods for these three instance variable. To generate get and set method, select the file name user data.java in the project directory structure, right click and choose the option source, then generate getter and setters. So click on generate getters and setters, select all instance variable, age, name, mobile number and click on generate. It generates get and set methods for these three instance variable. So once the get and set methods are generated, then we can use this in the XHTML page. So then open a page paste validation.xhtml, create a form tag, just start typing h:form, then close. You will get an warning error. So place cursor on the warning error and select the namespace java.sun.com JSF HTML. So then close a form tag. In between just place three controls, one is for name and another one is for age and the third one for mobile number. So name, so select the tag h:input text in the attribute value equal to, so there it displays the available Java beans. So the Java bean name is user we created just now. So choose the Java bean user dot the three instance variables are created: name, age, and mobile number. So select name. So we are using this control to get name from the user. Okay. So then create another control to get age, add br tag just for alignment. So then age colon input text value the java bean user dot age. Then create another control for mobile number. Value equal to java bean name user dot mobile number. So then add one more control, that is h colon command button to submit the form data. So action equal to just enter submit and the caption on the button control as submit. Then save. Uh, Deploy the project and check the result. So choose the server name and right click, go to the option add and remove. Remove the existing deployment, then start deploying. So click on the project root directory, then go to the option run on server, finish. So the deployed successfully. It opens by default index.xhtml. Click on the first link paste validation. It opens the file paste validation.xhtml. There I placed three controls. One is for name, age, and mobile number. So if we click on submit button, it will try to submit this data to somewhere to the Java bin. So as of now, there is no validation are added. So it submits data. So we can create one more XHTML file in the same directory, webf, go to the option new, choose XHTML and enter the name as response.xhtml. Okay, just place a H3 tag, welcome along with the name of the user. So get it from the Java bin. So use add symbol, open brace and select the Java bin name user dot name. Save. So now open paste validation.html. Just change the value of action attribute. So action equal to the name of the file response. So if you click on the submit button, it opens the file response. There I just placed a H3 tag to display the message welcome along with the name of the user. So now we can deploy and test. So it opens index.html, click on paste validation, then click on submit, just enter some data and age and mobile number and submit. It opens the page response.xhtml. There we placed a h3 tag to display the message welcome along with the name of the user. Okay, so as of now it works well. Then open the page validation.xhtml. Just return back to page JSF page validation page. make the name as empty and the age as 0 and mobile number is also empty, then try to submit. It forwards to the page response.xhtml. So with the name value as empty, that's why the name is not yet displayed here. It just displays the message welcome. So now I'm going to add the input validation. If we add input validation, it blocks the form submission. Okay, so we can modify the file base validation.xhtml. So open a file base validation.xhtml for the input control to get name from user. I just add two more attributes. One is id equal to, I just assign a name for this control, id equal to name, and add an attribute validate message. So validator message equal to, I just type as value is required. Okay, then so don't close here, remove slash symbol and put and add a close tag for the input text control. So in between, I'm going to implement the base validation method. Okay, just open a tag, start typing f colon validate required or capital letter for validate required and close the tag. So now you will get an warning error first time. Just place cursor on the warning error, then there in the pop-up window just add the namespace java.sun.com JSF core. So click on this link, it will be added to your HTML tag. Okay, now the base validation is added for the control input text id equal to name. If it is blank, while click on submit button, it display the message value is required. For that we need to add one more tag h colon message and add attribute for equal to id name of the input control. So just copy the id and paste it here. These two should be matched. Control id and attribute value for, and set the style equal to color red. So now we can test. So deploy the project. So it opens by default index.xhtml. So click on paste validation without enter the name, age and mobile number. Just click on submit button. Previously, if we click on the submit button, it forwards to the file response.xhtml. So now we can check. If I click on submit button, it won't forward uh, to the page response.xhtml. So it blocks the submit operation until we should enter data for the field name. So this is how we can implement a page validation to validate the inputs in JSF. So if I enter some value, then it allows to forward to response page. Okay. So this is how we can add a page validation for a control. If you want to add the validation for the control age, just add id equal to some name age and add a validator message equal to age between 18 and 30. So I just entered the validator message as age between 18 and 30. So don't close the control here, remove slash symbol and try to add a close tag for the input text control. In between we need to add a base validator f colon. Now I would like to add validate long range. So validate long range. We can close like this, validate long range, and add attribute minimum equal to 18, and one more attribute maximum equal to 30. So then add a tag to display the validator message on the screen. So open a tag h colon message for equal to the id of the control. So age is the id, so for equal to age, and style equal to color red. So then save and deploy. Now we can test. We set the input validation for the two input text. One is for name and another one is for age. So if I enter the age value as, enter some value for name and try to submit, it submits. So it validates the control name, so it is not empty, so that it permits to submit. And for age, by default the value is 0, but we set input validation min equal to 18 and max equal to 30. So if I enter the value even though 17, it will not allow to submit the form. Or if we enter the age as 31, click on submit button, it will not submit. If we enter the age between the range 18 and 30, then it will submit to the page response.xhtml. So next I'm going to add validation for the mobile number. Just add a ID equal to mobile number MNO, and add another attribute validator message equal to mobile number should have 10 digit. So then remove the slash symbol and close the tag h input. Then add a page validation f colon validate length. We can use validate length. So we can close like this and add minimum equal to 10 digit and maximum equal to 10 digit. So now we can test. Just deploy. Now try to submit. We forgot to add message tag. So add h colon message for equal to the ID name MNO mobile number, and style equal to color red. If you want to change the error message color, you can change. So then deploy. If you click on submit, the validation has been set to all the three input controls name. So just enter some value, it will be cleared. Then enter age between 18 and 30. The second input validation is done. And the third one, try to enter the mobile number. Just enter the 9 digit, even though if I click on submit button, it will not permit to submit. If we enter 11 digit, then click on submit button, it will not allow to submit. So exactly, if the mobile number has 10 digit, then click on submit, it permit the submit operation. so that it opens the file response.xhtml with the welcome message with the username. Okay, this is how we can do page validation. So next about bean validation, we can do the same by using the Java bean class. So open a page bean validation.xhtml, just add a form tag. So place the cursor on the warning error, add the namespace, then close a form tag, then create three controls. One is name, input text value equal to the Java bean name user dot name, and set a validation message, validator message equal to values required. Then no need to add a page validation. The validation will be done in the Java class bean. So just add a message tag h colon message for equal to control name we need to define. So add one more attribute to the input text control, id equal to assign some value name. So that will be mentioned in the par attribute, and the style equal to color red. Then add another control for age. This is for alignment br tag. Then age, place a input text control h colon input text value equal to bean user dot age and id equal to age, then validator message equal to age between 18 and 30. Then create a message tag h colon message for equal to the id name is age, and the set style equal to color red. Then create one more control for mobile number. Input text value equal to user dot mobile number, id equal to mno mobile number, and validator message equal to mobile number should be 10 digit. Then save, add a message tag for this control to display the validation message. So h colon message for equal to the id name mno and style equal to color red. So then save and place a button control to submit form data. H colon command button action equal to response page, and caption on the button control as just write submit. So now we can test, deploy the project, click on bean validation and try to submit. The data will be submitted and it opens the response.xhtml page. So now we going to apply the bean validation. So open the file userdata.java. So first I'm going to set bean validation for name control. Just add annotation. Size minimum equal to 1. Then set annotation for age at min of 18 at max of 30. So and set validation for mobile number size min equal to 10 digit comma max equal to 10 digit. So the same what I did in base validation, how to validate the name control, age control and mobile number control. So this is how we can apply the validation for name. So minimum it should have one character, otherwise it displays the message value is required. For age it is in the range between 18 and 30, and mobile number, the number of digits must be at 10. So minimum equal to 10 and maximum equal to 10. So this is how we can create a bean validation for the controls in JSF. So now deploy this project and check the result. Yeah, now we will test bean validation. So click on the link bean validation, click on submit button. Previously if I click on submit button, it forwards the data to response.xhtml. So now click on submit. The validation has been done. It displays the message. So name value is required, age between 19 and 30 and mobile number should be 10. So I can enter some value to the field name. If I try to submit, the first one is cleared, it validates, and second one still we need to enter some value between 19 and 30. Submit, second also done, and third mobile number. If I enter 9 digits, it won't permit to submit. If it is a 10 digit exactly, it permits to submit. So click on submit, it opens the page response.xhtml. So this is how we can do input validations in JSF using base validation method or bean validation method.